Here are a few more examples of how we convert standard form to slope-intercept form. All right, so our goal is to get the y by itself. So we have to get rid of the x's. So since this is a positive 2x, it's being added. So the inverse or opposite of addition is subtraction. So we're going to subtract 2x. And we have to do that to both sides to keep it balanced. So 2x minus 2x is 0, which is nothing. But we still have that y over here on the left. And then on the right, we're going to write those numbers side by side because they are not like terms. The -2 has the variable x, but -14 is just an integer. So they're different things, so we cannot combine them together. All right, this one is actually already done because we have y by itself. So that means if we were going to graph this one, along the y-axis, we would find -14 and put a dot. From there, we would go down 2 over 1, put a dot. Down 2 over 1, put a dot. We always go over to the right, so down 2, right 1. All right, letter F. All right, so again, our goal is to get the y by itself. So we also want to get rid of that 2x. So we're going to minus it. So it's kind of like a negative y plus 2x. So we want to minus that 2x away. All right, so this is worth 0, which is nothing, so we don't need it anymore. I have to bring down that minus y or negative y. And then I'm going to write these two side by side. All right, to get rid of that negative, we have two options. Option 1 is we can remember that there's a 1 in front, and we can divide everything by -1. Anything divided by itself is 1. 1y is the same as just y. And then on the right, we'll divide this first term by -1. -2 divided by -1 is 2. And we'll keep that variable x. We also divide the next term by -1. -12 divided by -1 is +12. So I will write +12. So that's the final equation. So if we were to graph that one, on the y-axis, we start up here at +12, and we'll go up to right 1, up to right 1. All right, for letter G. So again, we're trying to get the term or the y by itself or the term with the y by itself. So we have to get rid of those x's. So we're going to minus 3x. We have to do the same thing on both sides. So 3x minus 3x is 0 or nothing. We still have this positive 13y. And then over here on the right, we're going to write those numbers side by side. And I'm writing the term with the x first because I want it to be in slope-intercept form. So I want it to be y equals slope x and then the y-intercept. I mean, you still could write it as -39 minus 3x. It would still be correct, but I just prefer to put the x term first. All right, let me get rid of those marks a second. All right, so then 13y means 13 times y. So the inverse or opposite would be to divide by 13. And I have to divide by 13 on the other side too. Any number divided by itself is 1. 1y is the same as y. Over here, I'll divide the first term by 13. I can't divide 3 by 13, so I'm just going to keep that as a fraction. So -3 13ths. I'll keep the x. Then I'll divide the next term by 13. Okay, that would be -3. So if I were to graph this one, I'm going to start way down here at negative 13. And I'm going to go down 3, right 13. Down 3, right 13. So it's going to be a very gradual downhill slope. All right, for letter J. All right, I'm going to actually kind of reverse this just to help kind of make sense of it. I could flip these terms and say we have negative 2y and then a positive x or plus x. Okay, that makes it easier to understand that we have to subtract x from both sides. So we still have our negative 2y. This is worth 0 or nothing. And then I'll write these other parts side by side. Then, to get that y by itself, it's currently being multiplied by negative 2, so I'm going to divide by negative 2. So over here on the right, if I divide here, there's really a 1 in front of the x, and a negative divided by a negative is positive. So I'm left with positive 1/2 x, because I can't divide 1 by 2, so I'm just going to have it as a fraction. Then positive 2 divided by negative 2 would be negative 1. So if I graph this one, I'm going to start on the y-axis at negative 1, and I will go up 1 over 2, up 1 over 2.